Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. This is a channel where I look at Pokemon cards primarily, and I primarily look at the artwork of Pokemon cards, but actually today's video is going to be a set review video, and we are looking at this set today, which is called Skyridge from 2003. One of the most iconic sets in the entire history of Pokemon cards, one of the most desirable sets, and I hadn't actually done a really good video on Skyridge before. I thought I had, but looking over the past videos I've done on my channel, I had just done a cursory viewing of it without any actual, without me speaking, I think. So I've got rid of that video. I'm going to do a proper video about Skyridge and my memories of Skyridge. So this was at a very peculiar time in the history of Pokemon cards in 2003, because we'd had the huge initial boom of Pokemon in 1999 with the base set, when it was the talk of the world and every child in the whole world needed Pokemon cards. And that had lingered through until the end of Gen 1, really. So when we got into the Neo sets, the interest in Pokemon cards started to go off a little bit. And through the Neo cards, it declined and declined. And by the time we got to the e-reader card sets, the final few sets of the Wizards of the Coast era, the print runs were getting shorter and shorter. Sales were falling dramatically, and the interest had just sort of started to evaporate. Not totally, obviously, because Pokemon is still here today and is doing better than ever at the moment, but it was very much a lull in the interest in buying Pokemon cards. So much so that I couldn't actually get Skyridge where I live, in a rural part of Wales, and I had to order this booster box from America at the time. I remember my father was absolutely incensed when he found out that I'd spent £100 on buying a booster box of children's trading cards, and I'd wasted my money. He's not with us anymore, but I hope wherever he is, he realizes that was a very foolish thing to say, looking back with hindsight, and he should have encouraged me to buy 30 boxes of this at least. But I did just buy the one box, and then I completed the set by buying singles on eBay. So Skyridge is made up of two Japanese sets, Split Earth and Mysterious Mountains, and I actually did buy a box of Mysterious Mountains, the first Japanese booster box I ever bought. I didn't keep the box though, and I have very few memories of it, but I still got the cards from it, so my memories of opening Mysterious Mountains are not as clear as this. But then Japanese wasn't so important to me at the time. Before we go on, each booster box you bought of this came with one of 4 box toppers. I got the Charizard one, which is, we have seen this on my channel before, but they are made of plastic, not paper, and they are see-through. And that's the best one to get, I suspect. That's the Aquapolis Espeon that I keep with it. So we'll just put that aside, and we'll put that aside, and we will have a look at the cards. Now, we're going to look at the non-hollows before we go into the hollows, because the hollows were in a sort of subset numbered H1 to H32, and the non-hollows were numbered 1 to 144, and then there were 6 secret rare crystal hollows that came at the end of this. So there were 182 different cards in the set, effectively, but there's also 150 reverses, because all of this, the regular cards have reverses, like this one, and the crystals all had reverses, but the hollows don't have an... Expedition's the only set where, I mean, let's have a look at this. So you've got the hollow Alakazam, the non-hollow version. There's a reverse of this, but there isn't also a reverse of that, because Expedition had that weird thing where you had 4 of each one. Anyway, that's enough of that. Your chances of pulling a hollow were 1 in 3 packs, and there were 32 hollows and 6 crystals, so there were 38 different hollows you could pull, all equally as easy to pull. I don't think the crystals had a harder pull rate. But that meant that you had to, if you wanted a particular hollow card or crystal, you'd get it in 1 in every 114 packs. But the reverses are actually rarer, so because there's 150 of them and you got 1 in every pack, you'd have to open 150 packs on average to find the particular reverse you wanted to pull. So that's the mathematics. Let's have a look at the set. So, sorry, a bit of dust in here. It gets in everywhere. But the cards are all triple sleeved, I think, so, or double sleeved. Yeah, I'm not going to spend too long on the non-hollows because I want to take my time looking at a couple of the hollows. I'm going to do what I've done recently in videos, which is take them out of the protection and have a look at them and see how they've survived over the last 22 years. There are some very iconic cards in here, some very beautiful cards. I love this Arcanine very much. That's Kazube. The Gengar is a very well-known card. I hope this is all on, yeah, it's just about fitting on the camera. I like the Houndoom. Oh, I like a lot of them. Obviously, all the Aritas are very good. The Koikisaitus, very, very strong cards here. Arita. I've got some Yukomori. Yeah, there's a lot of very iconic cards here, but we'll see most of these as hollows in a short while. Let's have a look at just an example of what a reverse was. They are very mirror foil, so they unfortunately are prone to damage. I hope mine have survived. I haven't pulled any of these out for a while. Let's see how well they've done over the years. Oh, it's not focusing. Why is it not focusing? Come on, camera. You're supposed to be on autofocus, but that's going to make this video very difficult if you're not going to do that. Let me see if I can encourage it. Sorry for the judder. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't want to focus. Oh, there we go. Okay, if I touch the screen. Goodness me, the production values of this video are really very... As you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I do them in one take. I don't edit. You just get what you get. So that is what a hollow foil looks like. Not bad. And you got this on the reverses as well, whereas there were the e-reader barcodes on the... Oh, I don't know where the non-hollows go. It must be in another file somewhere. Anyway, that is what those are like. Let's bring the camera out again and hope it refocuses. Yes, that's about... So let me just check. Yeah. Okay, so... yeah, I do not have all the reverses, unfortunately. That is one of my regrets. Yeah, I did look at this quite recently, because I remember we looked at this Eevee and found that it has a little bit of micro scratching on it still. Let me see. Is there anything else? Oh, well, this is an interesting card, obviously, because it was the final Kadabra because of Uri Geller. His lawsuit against Pokemon using his name, because in Japan this is known as Jungela. So we didn't get a Kadabra card after this until 151, 20 years later. So that's the final Kadabra card. Some of the artwork in here is not my thing. I mean, this Machop artwork, or these are not my thing. But there are enough cards in here that are just really memorable, strong artwork, and iconic in a lot of ways. But that's not to say that all Skyridge cards are wow. There's an awful lot of weak cards here, and I'll stop pointing them out because it's a bit insulting to the artists. But there are some very strong cards. I think this Himamaru card of Raticate is just brilliant. I love the colour choices on that. Really strong card. I wish I had that in reverse, actually. Yeah. So the set goes through two of the greatest cards. We always have to stop and look at this. This is a contender for my favourite Pokemon card of all time. This is the Ursaring by Mitsuhiro Arita. And that's a mint reverse foil one. Yeah, I absolutely adore that card. And it was that card was one of the cards that made me a complete Arita obsessive. I just was blown away by that card at the time. Lovely Snorlax up here as well. That's by Kimura? Yeah, there's a Kimura Snorlax up here. Her style has changed since then. It doesn't quite have what I see as Kimura's natural style there, but it's very nice. That's Kazube. doing stand. I really like that, actually. It's a very odd card looking at its rear end. Yeah, and then you have these lovely trainers. We'll look at those later, actually, because I've got better examples to show you. So, yeah, this is the main set. It runs through to the energies here, and everything else in the file is just duplicates and stuff, spares, whatever. What will we look at next? Yeah, we will just look at some of the trainers. I won't bring the thing in. We don't need to be so far out for the rest of the video. I think we can just focus on what we've got here. So I wanted to look at Jimena's supporter cards. She did these amazing supporter cards for the set. Really intricate, beautiful artwork. This is probably the most sought after because Umbreon appears in it. This is the Oracle card. Very beautiful card. A favourite of mine. But I do love the Fisherman card as well. We'll look at those in a moment. Hang on, what else do we want to look at? So we've got the Apricorn Maker. Not quite sure what's in here. Let me have a look. Oh, it's just more copies of it, sorry. Okay, so the Apricorn Maker, which was redone as a full art, paying homage to this End of the Sun and Moon era, I think. Can't remember which set it was in. No, can't remember. We got a little Sunkern here. Beautiful artwork. Really, really intricate painting on these. We've never seen anything really to compare with them since. And what else have we got here? I've just got some random reverses. There's Japanese Houndoom. Don't know what's here. I should have looked. Now something... These are Japanese. That's German, maybe? Yeah, I think that's German. Fisherman. Well, I don't know. This is not what we're here for. Sorry, I'm getting diverted. I'm going to put those over there for the moment. What's in here? Oh, these look Japanese. I think this is... Oh, there's just some bulk from Mysterious Mountains. That's no good. Okay. What do we got here? I bought this as a PSA for my Arita collection. What a beautiful card. This is getting a bit random all of a sudden. Sorry, I'm losing structure to the video. So let's move back to hollows, which is where we're going to focus for the rest of the video. So these are the 32 hollows, H1 through to H32. And I have tried to look after all of them since I bought them. So we'll do a cursory look at them, and then a couple of the more exciting ones I will take out of the plastics. At the moment they're in outer sleeve, top loader, penny sleeve, maybe perfect fit, but I'm not sure. So we've got Alakazam here, very, very dramatic. Asago. Got Kazube here. Love this card. Very lovely. Yeah, we'll move them out of the way. Not a fan of this Articuno, I'm afraid. Hajime Kusujima. Don't like it. Bit woolly. Nah, don't like that one, sorry. Not a fan of this one. This is interesting. Lots of Crobats, but it's CG. It's, yeah. It's okay. This is all right. Koiki Saito, very, very simple piece of Koiki Saito artwork. Not perhaps his strongest. It's okay. This is quite cute. It's not great, but it's cute enough. What a sweet little Pokemon. Fortress. Actually, we're going to look at this one. We're going to take that one out of the plastic and have a look at it. I'll look at some of the more desirable cards in depth. Well, you know, Gyarados probably as well. People really like this. I don't. I think that's ghastly, but a lot of people like that artwork. Same with this. People do like this a lot, but the thing is, I far prefer Arita's one from Neo. Oh dear, Revelation? I think it's Revelation, which is sort of similar. This one has a sort of oily, waxy feel to it in the painting style. Oh, it's very good. It's just I prefer the Arita one. I don't like this one at all. This is nice. This is nice cartoon Koiki Saito artwork. Kabutops. That's interesting card. Quite like that. Very much like this one. I think this is a very strong illustration. Really, yeah, love that. Love that. Not a particular fan of that Macargo, but absolutely adore this Macargo because I'm biased. It's by Arita. Really like this one, actually. I think that's very nice. Actually, both the Magnetons. This was back in the days when nearly every set had a Magneton card. There were just so many Magneton cards. And this was a steel one. And steel at the time was, you had to have special energies to go on there because metal energy wasn't a basic energy back then. Of the two, I think I do prefer Koiki's clean cartoon style, but this is a very interesting with the reflections and stuff. Yeah, I think that they're both very good cards. This is an iconic piece of Koiki Saito. I mean, this was only the second set he'd ever done cards for. I think Aquapolis was the first set. Am I getting that wrong? No, I don't think I'm getting that. I think that's right. But this is one of the first cards he did, and it's just such a good card. Lovely with the background, the town down below, or the tower, or whatever that is. Spiral staircase. I don't know. Love it. Love that. Amazing card. I mean, it's Arita, but also I love the jade colour of Nidoqueen here, and sort of climbing the stairs of a castle, or yeah, it leaves a lot of imagination there. Very dramatic. The light is just superb in that. Great. Pilot Swine by Yukamori, one of the early Yukamori hollows. Very nice. Love this one. I think that's really... That's Kanishida doing Politoed. Looks like there's scratches on there, but I don't think it's on the hollow. I don't know what it is. I think it's on the top loader. There shouldn't be scratches on these. Poliwrath with something in the background. What is that? Is it... It's very hard to... Could be Aerodactyl, could be Charizard, could be Ho-Oh or Lugia. I don't know what that is. They're flying away. They've got a long tail. I don't know. Don't like this one very much. Amazing card, Arita. Stunning. Just incredible with the lightning. One of the greatest of the cards. Yeah, that's very good. This is very good as well, obviously by Arita. Right on, beautiful. The Starmie, not really my thing, but I know people like this. Very peculiar Steelix card. A lot of black on this one. Karakoiki. Not sure. Not sure I like it, but it is very memorable and dramatic. So that's a strength. Yeah. This card is very valuable. I never liked it. I far prefer the Umbreon, obviously the Arita Umbreon from Aquapolis, but also the original Umbreon from Neo Discovery is infinitely superior. I just don't think this is a particularly well painted. It's too simplistic. The setting's nice. The moon, the grass, the light, fine. But the actual face on Umbreon is weird. And there's just not enough detail there. It is Umbreon. But I do not understand why people rave about this card. We might look at that one as well. And then we've got Vaporeon, which I don't like. Sorry. It is a Kimura, I think, isn't it? Let me just see. Yeah, it is a Kimura, but I don't like it. One of the few cards that Kimura did that I don't like. And this is a very iconic card. I like that one a lot. Xatu. So those are the 32 hollows. And now we move on to what I referred to earlier, which is my greatest regret. And why I don't tend to talk about this set very much, I suppose. But let's face my trauma head on. These are the crystals, the 6 crystals. and we will look at all of them. Now, this one is by far my favourite because it's Arita, and it is the best artwork, and it's just mind-blowing. One of Arita's greatest paintings. I wish I had the reverse of it. I don't. I wish I had the Japanese. I don't. Well outside my price range now. I just can't justify buying them, and I'd only want them if they were mint, so it's never going to happen. Beautiful card. We'll leave the Charizard for now. Crobat, really good. Love that a lot. Golem, again, Arita. I don't have it in reverse, and I don't have it in Japanese. It's not as much. It's not as important to me as the Celebi, but I think it is amazing. Amazing card. I didn't like the Ho-Oh for the longest time, but actually, it is such an iconic card, and it is a very clever piece of artwork. I've learned to appreciate that. Not so much this one, which I do have the reverse of. I think this is a pretty weak piece of artwork by Nishida. Not good enough, I'm afraid. I don't like it. Sorry, Nishida. Which brings me to my biggest regret. And this is my biggest regret, and it shouldn't be, but it doesn't sit right with me. The only card I'm missing in the set is the Holo Charizard, Crystal Charizard. I've got the reverse. I pulled the reverse from the box. But I didn't get the Charizard, because at the time, to get the Charizard, I would have had to have paid about, maybe as much as £40. And I thought, nah, I don't need it. I thought, well, this is rarer, harder to pull than the Holo. I don't need to waste £40 on that Charizard. And if you know Pokemon cards, you can understand why that is a regret that I have to live with. So I am forever missing one card from Skyridge, kind of. I have this, but this, even though it's rarer, isn't the Holo, and is therefore less desirable. However, it is a mint condition reverse Holo Crystal Charizard. It just forever will make my set feel incomplete. Well, the set is incomplete because I haven't got all the reverses. But anyway, so I've chosen 3 cards here. The video is going a bit long. I'm not going to look at all 3 of them. We will look at the Gengar because I saw this has recently gone shooting up in price. I don't tend to talk about values of cards because, as I said in previous videos, I don't ever sell my cards. Cards that come to into my possession stay in my possession and will be in my possession until I die. So what something is worth is not it's nice to know that you've got a valuable card and that you made the right decision by buying this. I mean, I probably bought this back in the day. I don't remember whether I pulled it from the box, but if I didn't pull it from the box, I probably paid about, at most, £8 or £9 for it. Maybe. That was how much I would have... Yeah. At the time, when the set came out, if you were buying on eBay for just a regular Holo... do I dare take this out of the plastic? Yeah, I do. We're going to have a look and be horrified when it's covered in scratches. Yikes. Brace yourself. I'm talking to myself. This is quite traumatic. I will force myself to look at the Umbreon as well. I kind of don't want to because I don't want to see scratches. You see, I'm not seeing anything. I'll have to look back at the video. But personally, I'm not seeing any scratches on the holofoil. Now let's look at corners. I don't even want to take it out of the plastic. Let's just do this. Let's do this. Ooh, is that a white dot? The dreaded white dot on the corner. Is that damage? Oh my goodness, there's 2 little... That's depressing. There's 2 little white marks. Yeah, that takes it off a 10, I should think. That's probably down to a 9. Ah, dear. This is why you should never look at cards. But again, as I said on previous videos, those are not things that have happened because I haven't looked after the card. That's just how they've come from the factory. These little white dots you get on corners are simply where the cutting process took place, and the card didn't separate from the other part of the cardboard that was discarded perfectly. It's not that you've hit the corner and caused it to go white. It's just where it's been cut. So it's still a very nice card, even if it might not get a PSA 10, which I think is unlikely with those two little white dots, but I'm not a grader. It's a very clean, good example of a desirable card. And we're going to put it back in the plastic so that it's forever protected. It may never come out of here in my lifetime. That may be the last time that that comes out. So, yeah, which one should we look at of these? I only want to look at one more because the video is running too long. We'll look at the Umbreon. People love Umbreon, and especially at the moment, Umbreon fever is completely taking over the hobby. So much so that some really bad Umbreon cards are selling for huge amounts of money just because they have Umbreon on them. Which is just so silly. It's the Umbreon tax. Okay, we got it. There you go. Oh, it's just in a penny sleeve. It's not in a perfect fit. So fingers crossed. Let us see what the state of this card is. Exposed to the world in 4K. Let's look at the holo. My eyes are not picking up scratches, I hope. Yeah, that little sort of weird button nose thing and that suggestion of a cheek or something as it's turning. I don't think it's a very well drawn Umbreon. I like the sort of the ears being at odd angles. I think that's gets a lot of personality. So you've got the ear, and the tail, like bowling pins almost. Let's look at the corners. Front corners seem okay, and now the nightmare of the back corners. Not seeing anything. Okay, I'm going to live in blissful ignorance and say I have a PSA 10 Umbreon in my hand, but we'll never know because I'm never going to get it graded. But, I mean, if it is a piece of artwork that you like, then this is probably a really nice card. To me, I just don't have that. You know, I'd much rather have something like, that, for example, or, even given the choice between that or that, I prefer the Xatu. I do love Umbreon as a Pokemon. Maybe it's my favorite. I don't know. I like Flareon, but no, it may be my favorite evolution. I like all of them really. But there we are. That's where I'm going to end the video today. This has been a bit of a chaotic video, and it's run far too long, nearly half an hour. I doubt anyone sat through all of it, but if you do, watch it on double speed, and you can hear me speak like Mickey Mouse. Probably, I don't know. So that is a look at Skyridge. And that is my biggest regret in Pokemon, which is sad because I look at this card and it makes me sad when I see this card, and it should bring me joy. It should make me think, oh, wow, I've got this amazing Crystal Charizard in reverse in mint condition. And when I look at the card, all I think is, what an idiot I was that I thought, no, don't waste 40 quid on the holo. This will do. It'll never sit right with me, no matter how I try and make myself feel good about it. It's never going to feel quite right. But that's the missing card in my Skyridge set.